Have you ever felt powerless and frustrated when dealing with petty people, those who seem to take pleasure in causing you trouble and undermining you? Is violence, struggle, and retaliation the only way to confront them? The answer is no. Ancient Stoic philosophy, with its timeless wisdom, offers you a completely new perspective on how to defeat your adversaries without bloodshed or aggression. The Stoic masters of emotional and rational control have developed incredible strategies for confronting their foes with elegance and calm. In this video, you'll learn to master your emotions, transforming anger into strength and fear into motivation. Not only that, but you'll also gain the skill of understanding your adversaries, seeing through their motives, vulnerabilities, and weaknesses. With this insight, you can apply wisdom, choose only the battles that are truly worth your energy, act with tact, and find the best possible solutions. Ultimately, we will work together to cultivate resilience, courage, and an indomitable spirit to build an inner strength ready to face any challenge. Get ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery, where you'll be equipped with the sharpest weapons to conquer your foes, not with fists, but with wisdom, composure, and a tranquil soul. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications to watch all the videos on handling life's challenges with the timeless insights of Stoicism. Remember, your greatest victory isn't in external battles, but in mastering your own mind and emotions. Number 1. The power of silence. One of the most profound and wise ways to overcome an adversary is by choosing silence. This is not a reaction of weakness, but the highest expression of inner control. By staying silent, you deprive your opponent of what they crave most, your attention and reaction. You show that your life is bigger than petty conflicts, and that your inner peace is not easily disturbed. As Marcus Aurelius taught, what disturbs us is only what arises within ourselves. Your silence is a testament to your wholeness, undisturbed by external turbulence, a manifestation of peace that words cannot shake. Silence is also a form of quiet resistance, showing that you refuse to engage in their negativity. It is the wisdom of those who understand that most arguments are futile and only drain valuable energy. It is the dignity of someone who won't lower themselves to petty conflicts or be pulled into others' negative cycles. In silence, you assert absolute self-control, a victory far greater than any noisy response. This silence also serves as a subtle challenge to the adversary, showing that they don't have the power to unsettle you. It's a reminder that true strength lies not in retaliation but in self-awareness. You don't need to prove anything or defend yourself against external judgments. Your silence itself becomes a clear statement of victory, a victory achieved within. Number 2. Strategically withdrawing from toxic interactions. Strategically withdrawing from conversations with toxic individuals may seem counterintuitive, but is incredibly effective. Negative people only hold power over you if you allow them to. Their ego thrives on your reaction. Every response you give reinforces their sense of control over your emotions. When you choose silence and disengage, you not only take away their weapon but also plant a seed of uncertainty in them. Silence becomes a sharp tool, stripping them of the control they seek, because you've stepped outside of the chaos they've tried to create. For those who aim to cause disturbance, the goal isn't to resolve the issue or determine who's right or wrong, it's to provoke you. They want to see you lose your calm, become angry, and waste your energy. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the person who wants to upset your soul must first gain your consent. So, when you feel yourself being drawn into a pointless argument, pause, take a deep breath, and refocus inward. I remember that self-mastery is your greatest strength. To affirm this inner power, remind yourself, I am the master of my emotions and thoughts. No one can manipulate me. Write it down, remember it, and repeat it whenever you feel pulled into their mind games. This is not just an affirmation, but a firm boundary you establish for yourself. Your silence is not weakness, nor is it cowardice. It is the strength of a wise person who chooses their battles and protects their precious energy. This is how you set personal boundaries and declare to the world, I am the master of my life, and I will not allow anyone to intrude upon this sacred territory. Indifference is the essence of Stoic philosophy. Amid life's storms, You stand firm like a three-legged stool, your soul calm like a still autumn lake. From this calm you find the path to inner freedom, a place where no one can harm you. Number 3. Establishing personal boundaries. One of the most subtle and effective ways to defeat an enemy without conflict is by establishing personal boundaries. However, let me clarify, setting boundaries does not mean standing before them and saying, "Don't treat me this way or you're going too far." No, it's not like that at all. These boundaries require no loud words, no declarations or warnings. They exist as a quiet affirmation of self-control and inherent value and inner strength you will not allow others to violate. As Marcus Aurelius once taught, the self is a fortress, no one can breach it unless you allow it. Setting personal boundaries is not about changing or controlling the other person, but about fortifying your own inner strength, so they cannot affect your emotions or thoughts. This is how Stoics perceive the world. We cannot control others, we can only control our responses. Personal boundaries are the foundation that allows you to face any situation without being influenced or broken down. Boundaries aren't walls isolating you from the world, but rather shields that protect your inner peace, helping you maintain balance even amid chaos. When adversaries see that their tricks cannot penetrate these boundaries, they'll feel powerless. This is how to win without fighting, to rise above them without having to respond. Remember, as Epictetus emphasized, we cannot control what others do, but we can completely control how we respond. By focusing on your core values and self-control, you build an unassailable fortress within yourself. When adversaries realize they cannot provoke you, they lose power and eventually give up trying to manipulate you. To dismantle an adversary gently, hold firmly to your inner boundaries and live true to your personal principles. No loud words or confrontations are necessary. Silent resolve alone is enough to leave them feeling thwarted. This is how Stoics defeat any adversary, by remaining unshaken within, ensuring that nothing external can penetrate or disturb them. Number 4. Use their own traits against them. This is an advanced strategy that requires subtlety, skill, and a deep understanding of your opponent's psychology. Epictetus once said, "We cannot control others, only ourselves." This quote becomes especially useful when dealing with toxic individuals obsessed with their self-image and craving admiration. Such people live off praise, admiration, and a sense of power, not just as a preference but as the fuel that sustains them. This is a core weakness you can exploit to guide them subtly, avoiding direct confrontation. There's no need to voice your opposition, as they won't truly listen. They only want reactions to feel they've won. Rather than resisting, you can learn to steer them into patterns of behavior without them realizing they're being guided. As Marcus Aurelius advised, do not resist, but direct. This isn't about playing psychological games, it's about protecting your own peace and autonomy, keeping clear of the negative whirlpool they may try to create. For example, if you're dealing with someone negative who likes to present themselves as a model person, subtly suggest that staying calm and composed will enhance their image. They may not genuinely care about changing, but their fear of losing face will compel them to act more composed to maintain appearances. For those who are paranoid about their reputation, you might gently remind them of the risk of being exposed if they don't behave carefully. The fear of losing their reputation is a powerful motivator that encourages them to think twice about their actions, preserving the image they've worked hard to create. This warning, delivered skillfully, helps you avoid conflict while prompting them to self-regulate. For impulsive individuals who are hungry for power, provide them with tempting opportunities, perhaps a chance to advance or control others. They'll be drawn to these and might even fall into them, not realizing they're subtly being steered by you. However, remember that this is a delicate game, and there's a risk of getting drawn into their vortex if you're not careful. It's crucial to keep a steady mind, control your emotions, and act strategically. As Seneca said, only those who know their worth can remain calm before any temptation. You must be both skilled and self-controlled, always setting clear boundaries and not allowing yourself to get pulled into the psychological games you're actively navigating. Most importantly, know when to stop. This strategy requires restraint and patience. If you overuse it, the toxic person might realize what's happening and retaliate, pulling you into their manipulative games. Use this tactic as a protective tool for your inner peace and employ it only when truly necessary. True strength doesn't lie in confrontation, but in the ability to maintain calm and inner peace. Number 5. Respond calmly and show agreement. Epictetus taught, if you want to improve, accept that others will think poorly of you and do not try to change their minds. Criticism is often a manipulative tactic rather than genuine feedback. Stoics understand that judgments from others are merely echoes of their own emotions, and you have full control over how you respond. Instead of trying to defend or explain, you can choose a calm, light-hearted response that disrupts their game. For example, if they criticize you by saying your success is mere luck rather than ability, try responding gently with, "Yes, maybe you're right, perhaps I was lucky." This response not only prevents you from falling into a defensive spiral, but also breaks the script they've set up. Your unexpected reaction can disarm them, because they lose the power to provoke your emotions. Epictetus once said, "We cannot control others' actions, but we can fully control our reactions." Agreeing lightly may not always be the perfect solution, but it's a wise choice when used at the right moment. The key is not to become overly defensive. By refusing to play their game, you free yourself from their trap. Recognizing that hurtful words are often empty provocations rather than true issues helps you stay calm and respond wisely. This allows you to conserve energy, maintain peace, and avoid a spiral of negative emotions. Treat these situations as challenges to build confidence, and resilience an opportunity to strengthen your ability to prevent anyone from dictating your worth. Seneca reminded us, inner peace is the mastery of oneself amid all external disturbances. By focusing on living true to your values and ignoring unconstructive criticism, you keep your autonomy and peace intact. Number 6. Active listening. Listening is not merely waiting for your turn to speak. It's a proactive effort to understand the other person deeply, especially in tense situations or when facing someone with aggressive intentions. Stoics see listening as an art, a demonstration of calm, self-control, and wisdom. As Epictetus said, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen more than we speak. Active listening shows that you are not focused on merely reacting, but are truly attempting to understand the other person, without letting your ego obscure your empathy. When facing an opponent, instead of rushing to counter, focus on truly hearing what they're saying. Don't just listen to the words, observe their body language, tone, and eye contact, which often reveal more than their words. A simple nod or maintaining eye contact shows that you're listening and conveys respect and a non-judgmental attitude. This makes the other person feel their perspective is acknowledged, even if you don't agree. Such gestures can ease tension and make them more willing to open up. Listening with respect and attention also allows you to uncover hidden emotions or motives behind their words. Seneca reminded us the wise remain silent when needed and speak only what is necessary. Taking the time to listen helps you avoid impulsive reactions, steer clear of pointless arguments, and preserve your composure. Active listening is also a way to cultivate confidence and calm, ensuring that others' emotions don't dictate your own. This creates an invisible boundary, keeping you from being swept into the emotional whirlwind of the other person. By listening sincerely, you not only maintain self-control, but also earn respect from others. In this way, you don't need to assert yourself or engage in a battle to prove anything. Your calm demeanor and listening ability are a victory in themselves. Stoics understand that in tense interactions, listening not only helps maintain inner peace, but is also a wise way to transform a potential conflict into a constructive opportunity. Number 7. Prioritize solutions over winning. Epictetus once said, if you wish to improve, don't just focus on winning but on self-improvement. Stoics do not let ego overshadow the true goal of a conversation, seeking resolution, maintaining inner peace, and achieving a positive outcome for both sides. When entering a debate, instead of aiming to win, ask yourself, What can we do to resolve this together? This question not only opens the door to collaboration but also shifts the discussion from a battle to a solution-seeking journey. As Marcus Aurelius advised, do not let your life be governed by the desire to control others. Focus on living harmoniously with them. By focusing on cooperation rather than confrontation, you show the other person that you are not seeking the short-lived satisfaction of ego, but a sustainable outcome for both. Prioritizing solutions keeps your mind clear, helping you avoid being drawn into provocation or negative emotions. This approach preserves your inner peace and prevents you from getting involved in meaningless arguments. Stoics understand that the goal is not to win on the battleground of reasoning, but to achieve harmony and genuine connection with others. Number 8. Practice patience. Finding common ground in any relationship requires patience and perseverance, especially when facing opposing viewpoints. Seneca once said, "Patience is the greatest virtue of wisdom." On this journey, it's essential to recognize that not every issue can be resolved immediately. Sometimes reaching mutual understanding means taking small steps forward. Each small step is a small victory to celebrate, as it builds trust and momentum for tackling more complex issues. When you patiently seek common ground, you not only foster a spirit of cooperation but also embody the core Stoic values of wisdom, courage, and justice. Epictetus reminded us, "It's not events that disturb us, but our views of them." This quote encourages us to focus on shared values and goals rather than superficial differences, as it is in these commonalities that we can find connection and empathy. Just like moving a great oak tree requires harmony with natural forces like wind and water, navigating another person's perspective is more effective through gentle influence than direct confrontation. Rather than pushing against their stance, you can align your values with theirs, making interactions smoother and fostering a gradual shift. The writer Leo Tolstoy said, "The strength lies not in changing others, but in changing oneself." This is the spirit of Stoic patience, focusing on adjusting your approach to suit the situation rather than trying to control or change others. By patiently building agreement one step at a time, you create a solid foundation for cooperation and trust, which not only helps resolve conflict, but also strengthens the relationship and brings you closer to inner peace. Number 9. Observe calmly. Imagine standing by the bank of a turbulent river, the rushing waters swirling with the fury of nature. A Stoic would not jump in impulsively, but would pause to observe, focusing on the undercurrents rather than getting swept away by the surface turmoil. Stoics approach situations with calmness and clarity, avoiding hasty judgments. Epictetus reminded us, "It's not events that disturb us, but our views of them." This perspective helps you take a step back and evaluate situations objectively. Start by exploring the benefits of letting go. Set aside immediate emotions, take a deep breath, and view the situation from a distance. Imagine yourself as a quiet observer, standing outside the conflict. This emotional detachment isn't avoidance, it's creating necessary space to observe and analyze more thoroughly. Next, instead of rushing to argue, try asking sincere questions to better understand the other person's motivations and perspective. The writer Stephen R. Covey once advised, "Seek first to understand, then to be understood." Rather than responding defensively, ask yourself what drives them to think this way. What concerns and beliefs influence their actions? Open questions like, "What led you to this view?" or "What is your main concern in this situation?" can help uncover deeper layers, going beyond quick judgments for a fuller understanding. Finally, try viewing the situation from their perspective, not to agree, but to empathize. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "The world belongs to those who understand others." This doesn't mean condoning their actions, but rather understanding the values and beliefs driving them. When you step outside your own viewpoint to see the world through their eyes, you find common ground, a foundation for communication and empathy. Instead of clashing directly, choose subtle influence, guiding them from within and transforming conflict into mutual understanding. Number 10. Focus on shared values. Stoic philosophy teaches that all conflict stems from differences in perception, viewpoints, and values. Instead of imposing your opinion on others, take a moment to look deeper into the motivations and beliefs behind their words and actions. This isn't merely an act of patience, but a lesson in self-control, helping you avoid being pulled into a spiral of prejudice and negative emotions. Practicing this, you might discover unexpected commonalities and shared core values that both sides possess, values that may only surface once tension has eased. As Seneca once said, people are not disturbed by things, but by the views they take of them. This reminds us that issues often lie not in the nature of events, but in how we perceive and react to them. We frequently carry biases and ingrained beliefs when judging others, but by releasing these preconceptions, we open a pathway to see others more clearly, even seeing parts of ourselves through their perspective. In seeking common ground, ask questions like, why do they feel this way? What led them to this thought? This approach not only helps you understand them, but also allows you to adjust your own attitude. Writer Khalil Gibran said, "We are born out of empathy, but we grow in difference." It is this empathy that serves as a bridge, helping us overcome conflicts, narrow gaps between opposing views, and move closer to reconciliation. When you find common values, you create a new bond and dissolve underlying tension. By building bridges of empathy and understanding rather than barriers, you not only resolve conflicts, but also pave the way for relationships based on trust and respect. Philosopher Epictetus taught, peace lies within the soul, not in external circumstances. Only when you let go of the desire to control others and focus on inner peace can you truly create positive change. The result is that you find reconciliation not only with others but also within yourself. Number 11. Seek support from others. Facing an adversary alone can be daunting, but you don't have to go through it on your own. Remember that strength doesn't just come from within, it also comes from those who stand by your side. Philosopher Marcus Aurelius once said, "We are made to help each other like hands, feet, and eyelids." When you share your struggles with trusted friends, family, or colleagues, you not only find comfort, but also build a strong emotional and mental support network. By opening up to those you trust, you gain not only support, but also fresh perspectives and wise advice from those around you. Simply knowing that there are people ready to listen and support you can make you feel more resilient in the face of challenges. Writer Albert Schweitzer once said, "Happiness is when you have companionship, sorrow is when you're alone." The presence of loved ones provides strength to face adversity with confidence. When your adversary sees that you are not standing alone, but backed by a solid support system, they will think twice before taking further action. The strength of community doesn't lie only in numbers, but in the love, emotional support, and strong bonds that connect you to others. They will realize that any attempt to harm you must face not only you, but also a group of people willing to defend you. This unity becomes the strongest shield, prompting the adversary to reconsider before continuing their harmful actions. Number 12. Use humor to diffuse tension. In moments of provocation, rather than responding with anger or defensiveness, a humorous remark can be a powerful way to ease tension. A light-hearted joke not only diffuses negativity but can also shift the balance of power in your favor. Humor acts like a balm that neutralizes hostility, making it difficult for the other person to continue their aggression when their threats are met with lightheartedness. When you can smile and joke, you demonstrate that you're not easily shaken. This not only protects you from negativity, but also undermines the adversary's momentum, possibly making them feel awkward or even ridiculous if they overreact. As Marcus Aurelius advised, refuse to feel harmed, and harm will cease to exist. Humor, in such situations, is your way of refusing to be hurt. You don't allow their words or actions to wield any power over you. Writer Mark Twain once said, "Humor is truth mixed with a little wit." A clever, mildly ironic joke not only deflects hostility, but also shows that you're in control of the situation. Rather than responding harshly, you can simply smile and reply with intelligence and composure, showcasing your steadfastness and calm. Practicing humor not only lightens your own heart, but also subtly shifts the situation to your advantage, allowing you to manage your emotions and maintain inner peace. Number 13. The best revenge is living well. Instead of wasting time and energy on revenge, make your life the ultimate response. Retaliation drains your valuable energy and shows that they have affected you a victory they likely desire. But when you choose to live well, finding happiness and success, this becomes the most refined and powerful form of revenge, as your adversaries will dislike seeing you thriving and flourishing. Famed writer Oscar Wilde once said, "To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people merely exist. So make your life a colorful journey, savoring the present moments, and don't allow negative people to affect your spirit. Rather than focusing on what others say or do, invest your time and energy into yourself, pursue your dreams, and engage in what truly brings you joy. Your personal growth and joy will be the clearest response, forcing those who wished you harm to bitterly witness your success." Poet Ralph Waldo Emerson also said, "Success is when you laugh often, earn the respect of the intelligent, and gain the love of honest people." Success, in its broadest sense, is not about standing out but about maintaining peace and contentment within your soul. When you choose to live beautifully, spend time with positive people, and hold on to your integrity, you shield yourself from negativity and create an invisible barrier. This is a sophisticated form of revenge without anger or resentment. Instead of weighing yourself down with bitterness, fill your heart with peace and inspiration. As Leo Tolstoy wrote, "The purpose of life is to live true to oneself and become better each day." When you choose to master your life and live by noble values, nothing can shake your joy and serenity. This is the highest form of revenge: to live well, to stay true to yourself, and to keep your peace intact. Thank you for watching this entire video. Together we have explored 13 ways to face and defeat adversaries without conflict or violence. These methods are not just coping strategies, they are pathways to building self-mastery, strengthening inner resilience, and protecting your own peace. As the Stoic philosophers have reminded us, true power does not come from controlling others, but from controlling our own emotions and responses. Remember, living a peaceful and happy life is the most powerful blow to anyone who wishes otherwise. Focus on personal growth, build your values, and don't let anyone shake your stability. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share with friends, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any new content that helps you face and overcome life's challenges. Stay strong, and remember that inner peace is always the greatest victory. See you in the next video.